Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Mitsubishi Outlander car. Nowadays, every self-respecting car manufacturer has at least 2, if not 3, SUVs in its offer. Unfortunately, even the smallest ones are often overpriced. A good alternative to cramped SUVs for big money are larger used cars from the previous decade, which, despite the passing of years, are still holding up very well. One such offer is the Mitsubishi Outlander. Fast, reliable, and its purchase will not ruin the household budget. The history of the Mitsubishi Outlander began in 2003, when the car debuted on the European market. It was not a completely new design, but a modernized version of the Airtech model, constructed on the floor pan of the smaller Lancer. A year later, a turbocharged 2.0-liter version with 201 HP was added to the engine offer. Unfortunately, due to poor sales, the compact SUV did not stay in Mitsubishi showrooms for too long, only until 2006. Then, its place was taken by the next generation. Those interested in the Mitsubishi Outlander, I have 3 engine versions to choose from. The weakest 2-liter naturally aspirated engine guarantees quite decent dynamics, accelerating from 0 to 100 km per hour in 10.7 seconds, but only in the front-wheel drive version. The all-wheel drive version is heavier, and the drive itself creates more resistance, so the car accelerates to 100 km per hour in 11.4 seconds. The difference is not big, but it is noticeable. Its average fuel consumption is 10 to 11 L 100 km. There is also a 2.4-liter engine in the offer. Its average fuel consumption is 12 to 13 L 100 km. Sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour, 9.9 S. The best offer is the 2-liter version with a turbocharger. It burns about as much as the 2.4-liter version, while providing much better performance. The first 100 appears on the speedometer after just 7.7 S. Failure rate? The Outlander's engines easily cover a distance of 500,000 kilometers without major repairs. The only drawback of the 2-liter naturally aspirated unit is excessive engine oil consumption, but that's nothing serious, it just needs to be topped up from time to time. The Mitsubishi Outlander can have front-wheel drive or permanent 4x4 drive. The following transmissions are available: 5-speed manual and 4 and 5-speed Invex 2 automated transmission. The suspension is independent wishbones at the front and rear, which significantly limits the car's off-road capabilities. However, the 20cm ground clearance is helpful in critical situations. Safety? It's hard to say anything about it, because the first-generation Outlander did not participate in Euro NCAP crash tests. The Outlander's weakest point is the clutch. The problem affects 4x4 models with manual transmission. If you don't treat it too gently, be prepared to replace it. Standard brake discs are also not very durable. The large mass of the car causes them to bend quite quickly, causing significant discomfort not only when braking, but also while driving. In the suspension, you regularly need to replace the stabilizer links and wishbone bushes, both at the front and rear. There are quite a few of them, and the prices are quite high. Fortunately, the rest of the elements are almost armor-plated. Of course, provided that the previous owner of the car did not venture off-road too often. Sometimes the hanger bushes and differential support may also require replacement. These are not cheap items either. Before buying a specific Mitsubishi Outlander, be sure to carefully inspect the bodywork for corrosion. It most often appears on the sills, hood, and in places where sheet metal meets plastic. It's also worth checking the chassis and exhaust system. Minor inconveniences? Steamy headlights, headlight washer failures, a whirring engine fan. The manufacturer carried out a service campaign for this. Although the Mitsubishi Outlander I does not stand out from the crowd and is far from extravagant in style, it can pleasantly surprise. First of all, with a solid 4x4 drive that will pull the car out of almost any trouble, very good performance of the turbocharged 2.0L version, exemplary driving characteristics on paved roads, above-average reliability and rich equipment. The disadvantages are primarily high fuel consumption and the lack of a diesel engine in the offer. You can also complain about the suspension being too hard, expensive spare parts, small trunk, 402L, not very functional, cramped interior, and of course not very refined, conservative styling. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.